My name is Valerie Woods. Many of you know me as Hardini. And I have to say that when I walked up, there were at least 4 women. I'm going, oh, no, that's not Marcy. So many of you embodied her in such a way, and especially Rosie. Where is she?
Right here.
Yes, I said that, there she is. And so actually I should rephrase that and say, yes, Marcy is here. And all of us. So welcome and thank you for traveling here. It's in this beautiful area that's so perfect for this celebration. And we're here to celebrate, as you all know, love. And specifically, celebrate the love embodied on July 5th, 1948 in Pittsburgh, Massachusetts, not Missouri, and expanded to live joyously in each of our hearts on October 6th, 2018 in Woodland Hills, California. This love, named Mylove, the incomparable Marcy Kane McVickar Madden. Yes, yay. You know, knowing Marcy was a celebration in and of itself. And today we continue to celebrate the love of Marcy, her life, and the celebration of our good fortune to have shared parts of our lives with hers. Now, really, this event should be called a celebration of love, but celebration of life works too. I'm not just talking about that warm, gentle kind of idea or expression of love, because Marcy's love is a great example of a fierce love. Her love was grounded in action, and it manifested in all levels of understanding. Hers is a love that was not passive. She worked for it, and she gave it generously and freely. And in the words of a poem that I read recently, Marcy is an example of standing firm in love. The life and love we celebrate today began when Marcy became the 3rd of 4 children. Her mother, Marty, with a D, would often say, and I get this from Scotty, there she is. She would often say, her mother would say, I have 4 boys and one of them is a girl. And Marcy would say, I had 4 husbands and one of them's a girl. So her life went full circle. Do I need to say the girl's name? Scotty, Jeanette, Christine Madden? Yes. Marcy's father, Malcolm McVickar, called Marcy his little China doll. And once when he was mending the roof of the Fitchburg 19-room family home, was surprised to see 4-year-old Marcy standing beside him on the roof. Yes. So he choked back his fear so as not to startle his China doll. And he reminded her of being careful because it was kind of dangerous to be there up on the roof. And Marcy replied, okay, Daddy, I'll go put on my life jacket. And many of us can attest to how Marcy was often a kind of life jacket for us and others in her life. Marcy could see to the heart and spirit of any animal, including us humans. And even as a little girl, she loved nature and wildlife. Marcy loved to go for walks in the hills of Fitchburg with her father, and he would ask where Marcy wanted to go. And the answer was always, "Take me where we can't see any houses." So this is, well, we can see a couple of houses, but you have to look through the trees. So this is a perfect place. And so it was this part of her life that Marcy began a deep conversation with nature, life, and herself that would lead her through what many would call peak experiences. But Marcy would come to call those experiences God. And the capital S self on the spiritual path that would define her life. And so, to paint a little more of the details of Marcy's life and what a celebration her life was, I'm going to introduce someone who was there at the beginning and someone who was there shortly after the beginning. Her big brother Mackie and her little brother Doug.
Doug, what do you think about this turnout? Pretty good?
Not bad, but
How many are going to show up at yours?
Anybody want to join him?
He'll be there.
Thank you.
We have an agreement, and that is I'll show up at yours if you show up at mine.
We're supposed to use the microphone.
You start. That's a D.
Oh, is that a D? So this is a note to Marcy, just so you know.
Mom always said that she has 4 boys, but one's a girl. You've heard that already. Is mom the right word?
No, it should be mummy, and we
Mummy.
switched roles already.
No, we haven't. I'm reading the S.
No, that's here.
Did you put it in a different place?
Oh, we screwed up. I know, you're right.
Okay, but anyway, thank
Let's go
you.
up your script.
Yeah, but thank goodness for the girl part. You have always had a magical bond with all of us brothers. As a sister, well, there's no one who can say they had a better sister than we had. She was wonderful, superstar.
So true. From early childhood, you've always looked out for us and protected us. Even when we and Scotty
Oh, Scotty.
would tease each other, you always told us to cool it because you didn't like the conflict and you didn't want your boys to get hurt.
But you were, Marcy, you were our go-to for advice. We've always been able to talk about anything, you name it, anything at all, from girlfriend issues, jobs, personalities, circumstances. You want to say
Even
that?
circumcisions.
Wow. Wow.
To sex and more. Wow. But I like that part.
Right, okay.
You coach us on getting jobs. Coffee cup and jelly beans always works well. In my case, it was a coffee cup and balloons.
Is that how you charmed your
That's how I
interviewee?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it a guy?
Unfortunately, it was.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is that me? Oh, no, it's you.
Well, you didn't finish that line. But anyway, we have been the most fortunate brothers, and really friends too, to have what I would call a perfect sister. You've helped us throughout all of our lives. Miss Coach, Miss Loving Sister.
That's still you.
Okay. When in doubt, you've been our go-to coach, our guidance counselor. And while on the subject of coaching...
I love putting him on the spot. You know, it'd be good if I had ventriloquism.
Why don't you just... Yeah. You were our human spell check person.
How do you spell ventriloquist?
Grammatologist and punctuation specialist. We couldn't get away with any slip-ups in that department at all, especially regarding pronouns.
You brought sunshine and joy into the lives of everybody you met and everyone you encountered, be it at the grocery store, at the checkout line, the center, or even the ghetto streets of San Francisco. Wherever you are, you shed light and happiness.
You're a woman of strong personal ideals, integrity, honesty, and forthrightness. It's good to pause.
I know. Well, it
That's-
saves the tears.
Yeah, that's true.
Ask you a question, and we'll for sure get the honest perspective, or rarely, if ever, no answer at all, because if you have no answer, there's definitely no bullshit. What a life we've shared, lying in bed on Christmas morning, anxiously waiting for the okay to rush downstairs to see how many cookies were left in place after Santa left.
Bull, Doug, all you wanted was the presents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and the familiar expression, getting back to me. I'm sure on Easter you would walk behind me and pick up all the eggs I didn't get into my basket because of my haste to grab the next. Or riding bicycles, when you and Barbie Kemp had your bicycles as horses, and I was your stable boy. What?
I'm surprised they gave you that much responsibility. Snowball fights, kick the can, blind man's bluff. Edgartown when we stayed at Chappaquiddick and were looking for Teddy Kennedy and wondered if he'd driven off a bridge. But you didn't really care about that part. You were distracted by a cute little hopping bunny rabbit running across the dirt road.
She did. She actually found a bunny rabbit. It was wild. And she encouraged it to come up to her, and she held it up against her chest and would love it right out there on the beach.
And the bunny rabbit loved it. She was so good with animals. But anyway, the Christmases we shared at your house, and especially when all of us got together for Christmas up in Portola.
I remember when Mom and I drove from Bronxville.
Mummy.
I remember when Mummy and I drove up to your college from Bronxville, and it was a total whiteout. Then there was Dad's red Chevy station wagon that you put a white racing stripe on. He got quite the looks from his coworkers when he pulled into the office parking lot.
You're the best. You're the best sister a guy, a brother could ever have. Hey, you weren't a bad brother either.
We have and always will love you with all our heart. Your turn.
So the goodbye message was, you go, girl. You go, girl.
We want to drop the three brothers. And just
why you guys have to do that.
now, what, you moved? Somebody moved? What are you nervous about?
Like a Gallagher resigned.
Do you remember how you did it? Really? You think? So, anyway, we all want to drop in for a drink. Here's to Marcy. Johnny, please come here.